What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Honey I'm Home podcast. I am Priz.
And I'm Tal.
And we have the best.
From the West. Honestly, she's actually from the West.
Let's go.
I am.
Out of frame. You're not in frame yet.
Right, you're not in frame yet. Sorry.
Great. I'm going to be quiet now.
Wait to talk.
No, I am super excited for this guest.
One of our dearest friends and also one of the producers on the Honey I'm Home podcast show, Tori!
That was a mouthful.
Such a vibe.
That was
All right,
yeah.
I don't even need to put
on the show.
I literally don't even need to put any effects in.
No.
Thank you.
Cheers to this one.
Cheers to Tori.
Cheers to
Tori on the pot.
Okay, this is about the 5th time we've spilled our drink, by the way.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Tried this yet? Have you guys tried it?
Not really. Most of it is spilled.
Yeah, most of it has been fucking.
So my pants have tried it.
Yeah, my pants have tried it multiple times, and we'll try it right now.
Just us in the center here. All right, cheers.
Thank you
for coming on the pod.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for having me.
Thank you for coming on this side.
Oops, sorry.
Because you always come.
I be here all the time.
She
Just on
do.
that side.
You might have heard.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. What am I tasting?
That's banging.
What is that?
Okay.
First
so
of
this
all,
is the
What is it giving hints of? You know what I'm
sriracha.
saying?
It's that sriracha salt.
It's a little spice.
I
It's a
taste
little
like
spicy.
orange, but
Okay.
it's not orange. You know what I mean?
What
It's
is
like
it then?
it's an elevated
I'm
orange.
confused.
Okay.
I don't know, but-
Tangerine.
I feel like it's a
More.
tangerine.
Tangerine.
Then
is
there's
that
like a
elevated
bitterness to it. I'm gonna guess Tangelo because I bought the Tangelo. I picked up the Tangelo. I'm gonna guess that's in there.
She said, actually, as the producer, I know exactly what's in this drink.
Yeah, and then she brought back the sriracha salt on top of that, and that's just like food on top of a good drink. So
Oh, yeah. I'm
gonna lay mine down right
so
The name.
But the name of this drink.
So-
Emily, what's the name?
It's the, there's something about Tori.
what's that something?
Right, you tell us.
It's
Do
something.
tell.
It's
Why did you name
something.
Right, right.
Actually,
Emily,
I
what?
want to know what your
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah,
was.
what is,
yeah.
yeah, why
named
did you
that.
name it There's Something About Tori?
Let's go there.
Yeah.
I did that because I've actually found out with dating you for a year that there is...
What damn? She ain't single, y'all.
Apparently, something about Tori.
There's apparently something
Yo,
about...
if you guys are familiar with that movie, so a homie of mine told me that a long time ago, and I was like, I mean, I didn't believe it. First, it was not that I was naive.
What movie?
You didn't
what
believe
movie?
what?
What movie?
There's something about Mary. Have you seen that
Oh,
movie with
you didn't
Cameron
believe
Diaz?
it? Yeah.
He's just like, you're Mary. And I was like,
What?
Like, I'm like, no. You know what I mean? And then I watched the movie like probably months later. And just the time in my life, like all the stuff that was happening to me at that time in my life, I'm like, if you just watch the movie, you get it. And you're like, oh.
Like, that's where you were at.
That's where I was at.
Yeah.
How long ago was this?
This was like, I was probably like 21, 22. And
I need to go back and watch
I
it.
know.
'Cause I'm like-
I haven't
I'm
seen it
like,
in years.
it's just like, so like the whole thing is Cameron Diaz is Mary, obviously. She's this like successful doctor, whatever. And like, just living her life, you know what I mean? And like, she is who she is. And then there's this like guy in high school that like had always loved her, was like her prom date, and she was super kind to him and blah blah blah.
Okay.
So he looks to find her, right? He hires a private investigator to find her, and this private investigator ends up falling in love. He's like, oh my god, this woman is a gem.
I do
like,
remember this movie.
Okay, not to say, I'm just saying that this is what the movie is about.
She said not to say that I'm like amazing. I like, well, honestly.
It's like everyone loves Mary. It's like, and the whole movie is about her plotting, and even down to the pizza guy who delivers her pizza.
What is she plotting on?
No, like
No,
everyone's plotting
plotting
on
her.
Mary.
Oh, okay.
On Mary.
Yeah.
Like the pizza guy is just, he's
And
fake.
you're saying your friend
Said,
correlated the movie.
He was like,
to
there's something.
her.
He was like, you're Mary.
Okay.
which honestly,
we're gonna go watch the movie because
It's
now
so funny.
Yeah.
It's Ben
I
Stiller
can't
and
remember
Cameron
it.
Diaz. Like they're hilarious
Oh, yeah,
to me.
yeah, yeah,
But
Cameron
the
Diaz is
storyline
hilarious.
is just
but
hilarious.
honestly though, too, knowing you and knowing all of the shenanigans of your life, that makes
Shenanigans is the word.
Shenanigans
Is the word.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You are 1,000% married.
Cheers to Emily.
Cheers to Emily.
Yeah.
Always. Cheers to fucking
Thanks,
Emily.
babe.
Love you
Thanks,
so
babe.
much.
You make the best drinks.
You make the best.
And you're
of it.
just the
yeah.
best.
And you,
No, literally,
you're
you
the best,
guys
make the
think we
best
be
drinks.
hyping this shit up? It's not a hype, okay? Like it's literally you can drink it and
Listen, you can fuck around and find out.
Fuck around.
or don't,
Hey.
or don't.
Fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and
Oh,
find-
shoot. You know,
Cass's song.
Cass's song.
Fuck
We're gonna find out.
Fuck around and find
Right.
out. Yeah. Fuck around and find
Listen,
out.
they're really gonna know we shot this shit back.
I know, we do shoot this shit back to back. That's
We
why
do.
always, every other episode that you
We're
guys see
late
of
as
us,
fuck.
it's like we're normal, then we're blacked out, then we're normal again, then we're blacked out, then we're normal
blacked
again,
out.
then we're blacked out. Like, that's
No,
what
really,
I'm blacked
it
out.
really be like that.
Right now.
I'm blacked out right now. So yeah, basically, at the end of the day, all you guys gotta know is, also to pause, because that's the reason why we put the ingredient list at the end of Emily's segment, because you guys we want you to make these drinks, because that's how, like, I'm not just saying like, oh my god, it tastes so good. No, genuinely, it's like, right now, hold on, let me tell you where I'm at in the world right now. Hold on one second.
Yeah. Let him know.
Shh, pause.
Everyone quiet.
I know exactly where I am. I am in the south of France.
It's far.
And yeah,
It's out there.
I'm in the
What you
south.
doing over there?
I'm living my life. Okay.
Period.
I
As
just
you
got
should.
back
When
from a
you come
nice
back.
little shopping spree, and then me and some friends decided to go on a nice little just boat trip situation. You know. So
I wanna go there.
Let me see. Let me.
yeah.
Oh,
So we're in the south of France. We're on a boat.
Oh,
We're just kind of
I see
like
it.
waiting in the clear
see
blue
it.
waters.
France, huh?
We're docked. We're anchored. We're just kind of like, the boat's just kind of like floating. We're getting in and out of the water, just swimming. And
It
this
does
is
taste
what
like
we're like. You know
that.
what I mean? It's really giving. I'm somewhere very
trying
luxurious.
to put myself there.
I'm
You know what I'm
halfway.
saying?
I'm
Like, get there.
halfway.
Go
I'm
there.
really deep
Yeah.
in France.
Go there.
I don't,
I'm deep in France.
I don't know where I'm at.
She's
Sorry.
on her way back home.
God damn.
And now I'm on the plane back.
Oh,
I'm trying to knock out on the plane.
She's on the private jet back. You know what I'm saying?
This is deep.
Yeah,
She back in LA. I don't know. I'm trying to get there. I don't know. I can't do it.
Okay, so where are you? Because we could be two totally different places.
I'm trying to get there.
Yeah.
Go
I think
ahead.
No, I'm
halfway.
here.
I think I'm on the plane. Maybe.
Oh, you're on the plane going.
I might
there.
be like on a
Goddamn,
Motherfucking
motherfucking,
what you say that is?
I'm on a
What's the name
motherfucking,
of the ham
you know when you
Sandwich.
when you hit an airport and the layover.
Oh, you're on a late.
this is giving layover?
No,
This is getting
no.
layover?
No, this is where I'm at. Wait, let me keep drinking. Damn.
Okay.
damn.
Maybe she
I
was
was-
expensive.
Let me get
Yeah.
to my destination.
Expensive
I
drinks.
know.
Listen, the one thing about Emily's drinks, they're a ride. Just
Oh.
gotta ride the wave. Okay? Just ride
You
until
gotta
you're
ride. You
there.
don't know where you'll end up, but
Exactly.
you just
You
hop
also
on the
gotta
ride.
I might not be in France. I might be on my way to fucking Jamaica.
Okay.
I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. It's different to everybody. So, if
let
you're
me
in
just
Jamaica,
ride.
Let me figure out where I'm going.
Ooh, honestly,
Damn, let me be
low-key-
my layover and figure it out. Damn.
Low-key, I might be in Jamaica. I'm not gonna lie.
Dang.
Jamaica is nice for this. Jamaica for this, and you're on one of those little, like,
trying
you
to
know,
figure
those
out where
little
I'm at,
wooden things.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
We might be in Jamaica.
That might be it.
I'm on the
Listen.
beach. I'm on the shore. I got palm trees around me. I'm by myself. It's nice and peace and
Oh,
quiet.
you're in Hawaii.
Sure. One of those. Costa Rica sounds nice too.
Okay, or
Ooh,
Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Any hoo-ha.
Yeah, let's get into like the
Right,
details.
yeah, okay,
like
okay,
we
okay.
Ramble.
Okay, yeah, we can't.
forever.
This is what I say about having your friends on the podcast, bro.
We got.
So, Tori,
Yes.
let us know, like, what do you do? What is your deepest passions in life? Obviously, like, being such a great friend and, like, helping us with the podcast and doing everything that you do with the podcast, like, for people that don't know, like, what do you do outside of there?
What do you do?
Outside of there.
That is-
Outside of
Welcome
here.
to LA. What do you do?
Right.
Welcome to LA. Right. Like,
Do you
hi.
hate that question? Do you ever be annoyed?
Sometimes it just depends. It depends on the context. Like,
Yeah.
it's like if you come up to me and you're like, "What do you do?" I think that if we have a genuine connection, it's like, yo, like I know, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm just curious about you. Like, but it's like, we're talking about other things. You know what I mean? We can connect on different shit other than like, what is your, like, something that you do here in LA? Like,
versus it being like the first thing that you come up and say, like, oh,
If you
hey,
just
my
met
name's da da da.
someone.
Like, hey, what do you do? Versus like you guys are in conversation and blah blah blah, and then you guys talk, and then you're like, oh, like, what do you do? You know.
So
Versus,
you
like,
never feel awkward about that question being asked if it's a genuine connection.
Yeah, no, because like the answer is always the same. I've always done a lot of different things. So like passionately, I love music. Like music is such a huge umbrella too. You know what I mean? Like, so making music, I've worked in the music industry as like a producer and like basically helped with not visuals.
Visuals.
That's
The visuals.
The visuals. The visuals for residuals. Yeah, no, like I love music, all in all, like all that like includes, you know what I mean? So I was doing producing for a little bit and working under a really like well-established producer who like introduced me to the music video world. And I enjoyed that for a bit. I just it helped me learn a lot, to be honest, you know what I mean, about aesthetics and the like the little technical
Also,
parts of
everything
it.
that goes
Logistics,
into it,
bro,
all
like,
of the logistics that go into it.
It's cool because like when you step inside the room, you get to see what everyone does. You know what I mean? So it's like, not only was I helping the producer make this video happen, I was also seeing how the director works, how like creative direction works, how treatments are made. And it just gave me a lot more confidence because as an artist, and I don't say just as a musician, as, you know, an artist is everything, you know, like I love to paint, like things like that. Like I just like all realms of artistry, of art, period. You know, like I enjoy people who dance, things like that. So it's like if someone asked me to be in their choreo video and if I could rock it, like I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
You know, like that's
fucking, I'm gonna do it.
that's
should.
just really my personality.
Yeah,
like
as
I
you
just
should.
like I don't want to leave any stone unturned in this life. You feel me? Like
It's important.
yeah, I think that we should like. I think you said this earlier, right? Like never stop learning, never stop trying new things, and that's just my personality. Like I'm willing to try something, and like if I enjoy it, and you can only find out if you enjoy it if you try it, right? So I want to like learn more about it and get good at it, you know.
Yeah. One thing that fuels me is seeing older people like completely turn a stone and start a new career.
Yeah.
To have multiple careers in one lifetime is
that's
so fire.
amazing.
It's like, don't limit yourself to one career.
100%. Like multiple passions. Like it's like I like to consider myself as a multifaceted person. So it's like, for example, I'm gonna talk about your man's real quick. Sorry, P. Light work, but like Bryson Tiller, like him being, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Him being an
No, he is
artist and
fire,
like
though.
being successful. He just started going into the world. I mean, the realm of video games because he's always been like a nerd like about video games, and he's gonna make his own video game shit. You know, so it's like I like that. I relate to that because like once something whatever it is, you know what I mean. Whatever I'm the most successful at, like I'm gonna continue to pursue other passions that I feel that's in my heart at that time. You know.
Yeah. J. Cole too. I don't know if you guys know, but we know him as a rapper. You know, he be spitting, but he's a fucking ball player overseas. Yes, like he's a baller. You know what I mean?
like
he goes, gets money, plays overseas. You know, and then he comes
Which
back
is
to rap
crazy
whenever he
to
wants.
think,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Listen,
But
you do this
that's
podcast
so
shit.
fire,
You
though.
also ball. You
That's
also
what
ball
I'm
crazy.
saying.
I ball crazy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like we do.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all ball crazy.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, y'all ball crazy. Y'all ball crazy.
I play
Man,
ball.
don't
I
hate
played
the
ball
player,
in
hit the
high
game.
Let's go. Show up to
Okay.
the court.
But-
Find out.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
like-
So yeah. Go ahead.
I look up to people who think that way and feel
Yeah.
that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's so fire to me. Don't stick to one thing if your heart desires other things. If you want to stick to one thing, hey, by all
Amazing.
means,
Yeah, that's
go
also
crazy.
nice.
You know what I
That's
mean? Go
also
crazy, ball, do all that in that lane.
But I
if you
do
don't-
have I do have
Go
a
ahead.
question to back in that.
Ask it.
Because you do feel that way, and it's like, you know, I feel like, you know, I can kind of like almost chameleon myself and camouflage myself into whatever situation that I'm in. Do you ever feel like, damn, like, should I focus on one thing? Like, do you
Plenty of
ever
times.
feel, yeah,
Plenty of times, and that's like the honest truth.
I'm glad
you know?
you asked that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the honest truth. And I feel like all these little things that I've tried, but you know what though? Like, I feel that way, but the more that I move forward, I'm glad I did that little part of myself, that I discovered that part of myself because it helps where I'm at currently, what I'm interested in currently. So like, I will say though, the foundation of my it's like music. I love to make music. Like I love to whatever realm that is. Like I write music, I sing, right? Have I like released music in the past few years? I haven't released music since like 2019, but to me, I always go back to making music. So that's a constant for me, and that's like a personal relationship that I have with music that's like, it's for me, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's just what I love. So anything that falls around that, whether it be being in a room with an artist and writing, like that fulfills me. You know what I mean? Whether it's like coming up with ideas to help an artist,
that's still in the realm of making music. Yeah.
And it ricochets back to me because it also like it highlights what I have available to give and what I could give to myself. So it's like, should I focus on one thing? It's like I do, but in different ways. You know what I mean? Like, I like teeter-totter with like, should I just focus on making music and like just singing and writing? But it's like, I don't know. I'm just such a free spirit. Like I'm like a free spirited person. I bounce around a lot, So it's like,
and you're good at a lot of different little things. So it's like, okay, like if I know this opportunity is arising and I know I'm good at this, like, yeah, why wouldn't I take
100%. It's kind of like ADHD with creativity.
Yeah.
You know?
That's such a good question because I feel like there's so many creatives, especially in LA, who dibble and dabble into so many things and they get I don't know if confused is the right word, but like
they stray.
Not even that, but it's like if I give too much time to this, do I give enough to this?
Yeah.
And then it makes me feel bad because I'm like, damn, I really love this, but I also love this. And then it's like, if I don't do this enough, am I gonna get where I want to be in X amount of years? You know, because at one point or another, you do have to think long term. You do have to think retirement. We're not gonna be able to do this shit forever, and that's just the reality of it. You know, so you do have to think. Am I going to have a retirement plan? Am I going to have money stacked up? If I have kids, are they going to have something for me to leave to them? You know what I'm saying? Like, you do have to think about those things at 100%. One point or another. And so as a creative who's just balling out and doing whatever, like, are we thinking about those things? And how do we navigate?
I personally have seen a lot of people do it successfully. Like, whether we know it or not, there's so many successful people, like Virgil, Kanye. There's even, like, smaller, like, artists that we don't even know of, but I'm paying attention to because I'm kind of looking for that validation of like, does anybody feel me here? You know what I mean? Literally, I mean, when I was producing, I was looking for a director at the time, and I ended up on an Ari Lennox video, and I looked into who the director was, and I found his name, I looked up his Instagram, and like I was kind of like scrolling through all of it. He made music, and it's crazy. I didn't know him like that. The one song came up on my playlist, and I liked it, but I saw his page and then I saw what he was talking about. He's a whole ass artist, a rapper and a fire rapper. And then he directed that video and I found him because of that video, and it's a crazy good video. And like he had a post or something that said something about like, like people keep telling me to make music, blah, blah, blah. Or like people keep telling me to do this, but like I'm just like, I'm yearning to try different things and put on different hats and like just test my abilities because it's just what I like envision and I just want to create it, So it's like, man, I fuck with that and I relate to that so heavy because I do think it's possible to do multiple things and still be. He's successful. Like he just recently
make money.
Yeah, like and I don't even know him on a personal level. I've met him in person. You know what I mean? And we've like had conversations and stuff. But like, I told him, like, yo, I relate to you on a, like, super personal level on that and I respect it, and thank you for doing that because it shows that it's so possible, and he's not even on a huge, large scale with it. People who have money, like, who've made it, like, the Kanyes, the Virgils, all of that, like, they can do it. Drake has a restaurant. He's not a restaurateur. He don't know food like that, but he can invest into it, and it's whether it's money, whether it's your energy, your ideas, you can invest anything you can, it's like, just because, like, yeah, it is important to think about the monetary value, but it's like I am gaining all this experience and all this knowledge, and I think knowledge is the most important thing that can lead you to monetary value.
Yeah. I teeter-tot back and forth between being like, I feel like I am good at all of these different things, and I do know like, oh, I can do this, I can do that, but sometimes I'm like, dang, like, should I just focus on my one thing, let that one thing take me to my next financial state so that I can invest in all these other areas? Yeah. That is a constant fucking battle with me because I feel like, I do feel like I should grasp the opportunity when this opportunity comes. Yeah. And it might not be exactly what I'm focusing on at this exact moment, but I should, like, the opportunity is presenting itself, and even in the Bible and even in like the universe, like, you know what I mean? Whatever you tap into, it's always like, yeah, like, bro, go with what your gut says. And like, oh, well, my gut is saying like, oh, this is an opportunity. We live in LA. Like, take it. You know your 100%. Situation. You know what I mean? So it is hard, but I do like being around and like seeing people like you who's just kind of like, you're just like, you're taking life for what it is. Yeah. You're flowing. You're like, you know what I mean? Flowing. And I be flowing and I be like, should I be flowing or should I be focused? But it's just like, it always, one thing I will say about you, it always works out. Like you all, like you know what I mean? I've seen you in multiple stages of your life and like,
cheers to always working it out.
Cheers to it. Cheers. Because
thank you, universe.
Shout out to God.
Thank you.
Because genuinely,
did her thing. Sorry.
Genuinely, like I always see it work out for you, bro. Like I always, you know, and I'm just like, I look up to that and I'm like, damn, like, okay, like maybe I can think a little differently in this way.
I mean,
like,
you too,
whatever,
homegirl.
You know?
Like literally, same thing for you. You know what I mean? Like I know we've had plenty of conversations about the direction, you know, of like where we're going, and like you just have moments. It's a human thing. It's a human thing in a creative,
to question
freelance
and
world.
To doubt and to whatever.
It's normal as hell, and like. Yeah, at the end of the day, our foundation is faith, and it's also like I see things working out for you. Like I see things unfolding that like we didn't see a year back. You know, when we were sitting at Sage and we were like, I don't fucking know. You remember? Like I remember having the conversation, and I'm like, yeah, I'd be thinking that way too, but no, it's so possible. And the thing is, like, I know it's possible because my own validation is like I literally came from absolutely nothing. I have no plug in the industry. When I was younger, you know what I mean? Like I had no plug into the industry. I didn't know anybody that was famous, anybody that was like reaching for things that I wanted to reach for. Like all of my high school friends, like they're doing different things. They're doing different things, and it was an internal dream of mine that I never like really shared because I felt like I didn't relate to anybody in my high school. You know what I mean? So it's like I went to college for like 2 months, literally. The craziest different lane ever is I wanted to be a detective. And like,
I always wanted to be a detective.
That's interesting.
Really cool.
Yeah, I'm like, that's actually, I could see you coming out.
Tori's I actually know somebody who's about to be a detective, and I think that's
dope.
That's
so
the most
dope.
fire
that's so
shit
fire.
I've ever heard.
My uncle is like a police officer. He's on patrol. So it's like he showed me what life could be because he has such a beautiful house. Like he's well off, you know what I mean? And so I always wanted security.
But your heart don't pull.
It don't feel like that. But I knew I wanted to be successful. Obviously, like again, like I didn't have that type of role model growing up. I didn't like grow up in a like good solid home. You know what I mean? Like moved around a lot. My mom was a single mother of 3 type shit, you know? So it's like seeing my uncle be very established and then like have a secure home and him laying out the blueprint. Yeah, I went to college to become a detective. And then I literally remember.
I'm sorry because I don't think you guys can't see it right now, but like Tori's like the tiniest, cutest little human. So it's like imagine
her with the magnifying glass.
Kill it though.
You would.
Imagine her with her little like suit.
I have a photo of myself with a magnifying glass.
Her with her little suit and the magnifying glass. Like
this suit is ridiculous.
What's going on here?
You wouldn't have swag.
You would have swag, but it would be a swaggy suit.
I'm cracking up.
Swaggy detective,
bro. I really wanted it because I was like.
So what swayed you away from that?
I'll tell you exactly the moment, and I never forget it. Like, first of all, it was fucking expensive. School was expensive. I was like living on my own at the time, like, and I was paying for school. I did FAFSA.
FAFSA was such a thing, bro. They did not approve me, but yes.
FAFSA. They didn't approve you?
No.
Girl, they gave me $1,000 in a month. I'm like, shorty, like that's one book. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, like, books is crazy. Courses, books, like, y'all are fucking crazy.
You already know how I feel about America and its system and school. Exactly. That's another episode.
Yeah.
But, another episode. But, yeah, so I remember the teacher telling me, and I'm already, like, it's my first time paying rent, you know, all this stuff. So, he tells me it's $300 for the textbook, and it's, like, a key ingredient to the class. And I'm like, I'm broke, but okay. And he's like, now, you know, it's going to be a tedious process to be, you know, to finish this like course and to go about this like career path, you know, like you have to think about all the days that you're going to spend kind of like literally, and I thank God for him. Thank God he said that because it painted the picture of, do I want to do this for the rest of my life for real, day in and day out, and would I feel fulfilled? I swear to God, he said, like, if you don't feel like passionate about this, like if you don't feel like you're gonna go home being happy that you did this, like you should. I literally dipped out. I dropped out 2 months in, never went back to that class, and and I thank God, you know what I mean? I don't look back, don't regret it, and the path that I decided to take that day, however it happened, and like now I'm here, and I've experienced so much. When you compare your like, you know what I mean, other people's accolades to your own journey and your own like just it really is a big thing though, because it's like, damn, why am I not there yet? You know what I mean? But like I will always give myself credit, like I've come a long way regardless. I don't care what age I am, I don't care what I don't have. You know what I mean? It's like I have come away, and I will always thank the universe. I've come from here to here. Because coming from like being in college to become a detective to now in the music industry and having like been on set with some of the biggest artists like that everyone knows, is like, even to be in the room it says something, you know what I mean? I personally think it really does say something. And
having some type of creative control, like, that's everything to a creative.
I will always be grateful for that. I don't care if like people recognize me for it, not like for my own personal like self. I'm happy with that.
Because I know that I put forth this, or I said this idea, and that was used in like, you know what I mean?
I definitely relate to that, because I went to college for a semester to be a nurse. Fuck that shit. I failed out of human anatomy the first semester. Yeah, see me being a nurse.
I could see you being a nurse. No,
I don't. Babe, you're so be a nurse.
No. You're such a empathetic, like caring, like gentle person. Like if I were like laying in my deathbed, like would I want you? Not because I'm with you and I love you, but like would I want you
nurse?
to be my nurse because of how, like, you know what I mean? I know you would make me feel good and comforted for sure. So I can understand like your thought process behind like, maybe I should be a nurse because of how I am as a person. But it's really also like what feeds you at the end of the day.
That wasn't gonna fulfill me. So I relate to that, what you said, as far as like going to college and not.
It's so funny. I literally get the same laugh every time
Detective.
I say like
Detective is so fire though.
I see it
because I fucking see it, bro. I see it. Like I literally see it. I could see her coming on set being like, wow, oh my god, what's
let me
going
tell you about
on
the
here?
cases that I've had.
I can fucking see it. Crazy. Just got a nice little refill.
Shout out to Emily.
Back to the top we go.
Honestly, I'm going to be really completely honest. We cut the cameras for a second, and I don't know where we ended off. But now we are here to play. We got through all of, like, the, really, oh, my God, that was really cute. We got to know Tori. Now, we want to play a game.
Now we really want to get to know Tori.
Tori.
Oh, I thought we got
because we want to play a game.
I thought we was getting to know me already. Whatever.
So this game we played in season 1 of the Honey on Home podcast, and Spill It, they sent us a
Wine Night Edition
card game. Cute. But we were like, let's play it again because we really didn't get through no cards for us.
But it's only because this game is so fire. Your cards turn into these extensive
conversations.
Absolutely. And you just be
Love
there
it.
sitting for like 15 minutes talking about one fucking topic. So
absolutely. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So we're like, why not play with a friend? So you pick the first one.
Yeah. So let's do it.
Give it to me.
Okay.
Any card.
Pick card. Any card.
This one.
Oh, that one seems
nice.
That one seems nice. Yeah, you can't read it first.
Read it to yourself. Read out loud.
You have to read it out loud as you read it.
I didn't know that there was a hardcore rule here.
It's a hardcore rule. It's a hardcore rule.
Read it out loud.
Okay, so read it out loud as it goes.
Your very first... Damn, it's hard to read when you're drunk. What was your... I can read, I swear. What was your very first impression about each person in the room?
Oh!
That's a good one.
That's cute. That's a good question.
Good one.
Okay, so go in a circle. Go in a circle.
Okay.
Your what is it? What was the
Very
question?
Impression. You drunk too. We got it. Memories bad on liquor. Okay. Should I go this way or should I start inside?
Oh, maybe.
Matter.
Doesn't matter.
No,
Okay, I'm gonna start. I'm going to start outside.
Yeah, start this way in a circle.
I'm going to talk about my girlfriend.
My
girlfriend. Still makes me nervous, obviously. Just kidding. So, yeah, Emily, it's funny because we talk about this first impression all the time. Mm-hmm. I met her at the bar.
Yeah.
And, like, I just remember her walking in, and I'm like, okay. I mean, this is honest, and I'm always honest.
Absolutely.
Right? I'm always honest. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, like, I don't know. I'm just like, she probably just is, it sounds so crazy to say. I have no other way to say it. It's coworkers. Like,
yeah, they're on a coworker vibe. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know if we'd have anything to, like, have in common, because, like, you know, like the bottle girls in LA, like, she just has that look at first. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
'Cause she a bad bitch.
She bad. Like, she just is one of those girls. You know what I mean? But, like, that on the outside, though. Mm-hmm. However, the literal moment that I started talking to her, like, it's been, like, tight ever since. It's like she just has so much to offer in turn, like, just, like, mentally, and how I always was, like, so impressed about how she articulates her emotions and how she articulates herself in general. So I was very, like, I don't know, like, wooed by that, and not even in a romantic sense, but I was like, I love the way your conversation is. Yeah. You know what I mean? We would literally nonstop be talking all throughout our shift.
But first impression, just the bottle girl.
But just first impression is like, right? She a little, you know what I'm saying?
Go back to the real question.
Right. The question was, what was that first impression? First impression of Emily was bad little bottle girl. Okay, yeah. Like okay, but honestly, fair.
It is fair.
Yeah,
fair,
yeah,
but,
for sure.
You know.
Hey, moving on. Morgan?
Listen, first impression was like, this is a sweetie pie.
Aww.
I'm like, this is the sweetest person I, like, am being introduced to in the first moment. Like, she's just so, like, giggly and giddy, like, warm. Just super sweet and warm. Very warm. Super sweet.
Cheers to Morgan.
Cheers to Morgan.
By the way, she does so much for this podcast.
We love you. Mwah. Mwah.
Oh my God, I just missed my mouth.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Y'all sriracha don't be.
Yo, that sriracha is strong. The sriracha sauce is.
My lips are like.
My lips are fucking burning.
She was not wrong about the sriracha sauce flavor.
No. Our breath is extra. Hey, that's what I did. I know.
First impression of P.
Ooh.
Okay, let me think. Because when was the first time that I met P?
I know, right? Because I feel like we had a lot of first meet moments.
Was it Mexico?
No.
Was it? It might have been.
No, it wasn't. No, we met her at, like, the apartment. Like, we were in the apartment, right?
Whose apartment?
Yeah, right.
I was already over there, and then I was like, "Oh, like Tori was gonna come over." Tori was there, and I was like, "Oh, P's gonna come over," and then you came over after work because that's when you worked at Jumpman, and then that I think it was that night. It was that. Yeah.
I'm gonna say as a whole, it is even if it's past the first actual meeting, I think, like, taking in your energy, you've always been really laid back, and the more that you've, like, unfolded, you've been really very, like, just sweet. You're so soft-spoken and, like, chill, but you're very kind-hearted. You know what I mean? Like, you always come from, like, a kind-hearted perspective, and just
I agree with that.
Yeah. That's super laid back and sweet, and I still feel that way. So first time I met Talent, I remember it was at the Flower District, actually.
Was it?
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. That was the first time. I remember precisely because there was a whole little thing going on behind the scenes.
Oh, okay.
About meeting you. But
T.
Next episode.
Yeah. The first time that I met Talent, everything was so, like, easy flowing with you. Very genuine, very, like, just lighthearted and fun and funny. Like, you're a person that's like, cute. I like that. Very personable person. So it's like, you didn't know me, but you kind of did know me, right?
Yeah.
You did?
I knew stories.
Right, exactly.
But I didn't know you. Yeah.
Just off rip, like, people who, like, kind of have this preconceived notion about you will probably give some type of energy. Never felt that with you. You were yourself, and, like, how I described you and how I feel you to be currently. I've always said you're, like, every time I hang out with you, even if it was, like, from a third party situation, you know what I mean? Like, secondhand invite, like, always felt like I loved Talent. Like, super genuine, super fun to be around. Just, like, it feels like I'm received, and she's willing to receive people and like give back, like pour into you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. One thing about talent, she gonna make you feel like home. You know what I'm saying? Like it just feels homey.
You have that effect, you know and I felt that, and I'm like so glad that like exchange happened, and it led me to people like P, to people like more, you know what I mean? It let us hear it let us hear. So it's like, I definitely felt that from the very beginning. It was like very organic how I felt about you, like your personality.
Yeah, because one thing about talent, I feel like you're on a season of like having only real people by you.
My God.
I feel like your mom always spills, like your mom specifically. Shout
out to Mama Mo.
Shout out to Mama Mo. She always spills this into you about having real people, and I feel like you're at that season in your life where you're like, you really only have like people who love you, who care about you, and who want to be there.
1,000%, yeah. Because I feel like that's what we were talking about in the last episode, like praying for certain things. Like I genuinely, I vividly remember like being in the bedroom of my old apartment in Detroit. And like breaking down, I was like very emotional about another situation that was going on in my life. But then like when you're emotional and you think of like the one thing that's making you emotional, but then you think of everything else that's making you emotional too. Of course. And you just like have a massive breakdown. So
a midlife crisis.
I'm like a fucking quarter life crisis. I was having a quarter life crisis, and I just broke down because I was just like, I said, please, like I was begging God, honestly, I was begging God to put people in my life that cared about me as much as I care about people. Yeah. Because I felt like the people that I had in my life, I was like, I care about them so much. Mm-hmm. And, I do feel certain spurts of, like, them caring about me and loving me. It's okay. You're sorry. It's like, just like,
I'm sorry. Yeah, you felt certain spurts of them
loving you. I felt certain spurts of them, like, loving and caring about me. But I was like, there's more, though. Like, like, I know I can feel more because I know how much I give.
Yeah.
And 100%. I'm feeling love, sure. Yeah. I am feeling love, but I'm like, ooh, like, but the love can be a little bit deep. Like, like, it's just different when you're just like, I'm sure everybody in this room can relate and be like, oh, I know that I have friends that like, yeah, I know you love me. But then it's like, you have people in your life that it's like, I know you love me. Like, with that emphasis of, you know what I mean? With that emphasis.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I feel like at the beginning of me meeting you, you were at the point where like, I just want these people.
I want this. And
I had random reason, like from one day to the next, to me, it felt like
that I had those people.
Yeah.
And it wasn't from one day to the next. It was to me, it just because I had also been praying for that shit a couple years before I had even met you. But the fact that I was and you're even showing me that like, oh, I was still yearning and wanting for that. Mm-hmm. And I hadn't gotten it yet, even when I had met you, which was, 3 years ago. And then, eventually it just kind of like snowballed into, I can genuinely say every single person that is in my close circle right now, like, I'm like, damn, like, I know that like, we're like, we could do whatever, but like we're good. Yeah. Like, but that's also too why like, last friendship that I had just X'd out of my life, I literally had said to everybody, I was like, oh, I thought this person was going to be at my wedding. Like I knew this person was going to be at my fucking wedding, bro. Damn, so it's like, but all of that aside, like, I feel like every single person that I have in my corner that I'm like, I call and I talk to on a normal basis. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, like they're solid. Like I have them, they have me, like exactly. I'm good. Like, I don't feel, in that space of like wanting and wondering anymore.
You feel fulfilled with your like friendships.
So fucking fulfilled with like the people that I have in my life right now.
Yeah. And that's crazy because as humans, that's all we crave. Yeah. Like, naturally, we crave and it feels, like human connection like that.
It feels so
whether you want to admit it or not.
Yeah.
Hold on, take a sip. That was fun.
We be in denial. You know what I'm saying? We be in denial.
And it feels right. Okay.
That was the most organic thing
of the whole thing. And it feels so good. Okay. Oh shit.
What is it? Tell me.
Okay, spill it. You and your partner are going hot and heavy until they blank and it completely turns you off.
That's dark.
If you fart, it's a wrap. What are you, baby?
You said yawn.
No.
Oh, yawn.
Yawn is bad.
Yeah, yawn.
I was about to say, can you imagine that? Like,
a yawn? Like,
what if you're super tired?
I
though?
wouldn't be turned off. I'd be sad.
Yeah, more sad.
So sad.
Okay, but turned off. Let me think. Turned off.
Turned off.
Yeah, I think like a bodily, situation. You know what I mean? Like it's just like I don't know. Like it's just, I don't.
If you fart, man, it's a wrap.
I'm sorry.
Nice.
You burp?
Your burp was crazy.
If you can participate in the purge, what crime would you commit? I would rob all these fucking banks.
Thank God.
Fuck y'all.
Thank God. Exactly.
Yeah.
Every single bank, Bank of America, Wells Fargo,
Fuck y'all.
Chase, you can all get it.
Not the small owned banks.
Y'all
be robbing us.
I know that's right.
With interest rates and shit.
And fucking, why do I have to? If I want to have a savings account, why do I have to pay $5 a month? I don't understand.
I actually get paid
y'all be robbing us.
Yeah. Are we ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm so young.
Are you?
Yes. My eyes are falling. This is a long one. Should gender roles still exist in a relationship? If so, what are the basic duties you require of your partner? That's such a good one.
This is a good question.
That's a good one.
No, that's a good question for you.
Lesbians.
We are lesbians and we don't have rules, but we do.
But we do. Okay, that's a really good question.
It's so
Read
good.
it one more time.
You've never been with a man, or you have?
I have
that's
never
a good
envisioned
question.
it. I've never envisioned it like that, like
But would
in a
you?
serious way.
Are you just not okay? Now I'm
Minus
now I'm
Emily.
intrigued.
Minus
Are
Lemily.
you not attracted
She's
to
right
men?
there, guys.
Lemily? This is
She's
the question.
Emily. Like, have you never been attracted to men in that way?
I actually do. I actually am attracted to men, but not in like. It's like on the surface level, yes. It's very rare, and I've actually never experienced being in like emotionally and mentally attracted to a man. So I've never. So that's most important. I can't say like he's cute, he's cute, or he's oh my god he's good looking, like.
But you could never.
But I don't feel like. I think it's not just. It's just I can get along with men, but I don't feel safe. You know what I mean? And not in a way that I'm like.
So
I
you
feel like
would
they're
never
not.
be physical with a man because it's not safe.
It's not that I wouldn't
not
ever.
saying that.
So it's a little complicated. It's like
I'm
yes,
intrigued.
I would go there. But
be physical with a man.
yes, to be physical with a man. But I think a little bit further about like how I would feel after, and like I feel taken from if I'm thinking about like being physical with a man, and it comes down to being like safe emotionally and mentally. I want to have a real connection with a man, which like I don't think I've ever really experienced. So yeah, I know I can go there.
So if you were just to come across the right man, you could potentially.
Then you could potentially be bi, but as of right now, you're a lesbian because
I don't think it's like necessarily. I think I'm just very fluid. Like I think that like if I were to meet a person that I felt like hit all these tiers for me, and it's about longevity. It's not about start like we have chemistry, because like you can have chemistry with anybody, but it's like about like compatibility and like the long-term bond that like I create with a person. And with women, I think it's easier to get there. I think it's a much more instantaneous, but like with men, I have a lot more reservations for myself, and that like may be due to, I don't know, other things and yada yada. But like, I don't know. I just feel like it feels like it's my part, but it's also too, you know what I mean? It's like their part too, where it's like, it feels like they're trying to get somewhere that like, I don't know. It's just like they're rushing the process, and
it's like I'm just
chilling, and I see it very clearly, and I see it very clearly. It's men. It's men. The poo-na-na-ni.
Okay, so what was the card?
Right. Good point.
What did the card say?
Should gender roles still exist in a relationship?
Ooh,
If so,
okay. So should gender roles still
two
exist
questions.
in a relationship?
It's a loaded questions. Should gender roles still exist in a relationship? No, I don't think gender roles exist in a lesbian, like a woman-on-woman relationship. I think it just comes down to, I think, well, like, if you're best at, so I think it's like organic, right? And I think it's a conversation to have with your partner. Sometimes it's organic and sometimes it's not. Sometimes, like, you got to discuss what feels right to do. Let's talk about my own personal experience currently, right? Like, I am in a relationship where, like, my girl is such, like, she's the cooker, you know what I mean? She's the nurturer in that sense. And I am a giver in my own way. And she's a Cancer. You know?
Yeah. I'm like, this Cancer don't cook.
Not, yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, so, like, not that she's a woman, but that's what she provides as a person, right? So me, like, I'm a provider in the sense that, like, I'll whip us around or, like, you know, and even when it comes to financials, I don't think there's gender roles with that. I think that, like, I've always been wondering that about y'all too, actually.
What?
Like, who pays? Do you guys think about that? Who pays?
Yeah, of course. I think we're equally, like...
We're very... I think...
Yeah. I think we share the equals.
I think we are very conscious of each other in the sense of, like, if...
Like, I don't know her financial state. She doesn't know mine. But we are still courteous of each other.
That's not true. I recently just got very vulnerable.
Okay, but I would say
like in the sense of like
that's so interesting.
Yeah, in the sense of like I don't know the exact dollar amounts that you have in your bank account, and you don't know the exact. Like, but we know where we're at.
It's so interesting, man.
Just like life,
you know, like relationships are so interesting, and these roles, quote unquote, are like they're so vastly different from straight relationships.
Absolutely,
because that's conditioning to like relationships, which is like for us it's women and women, right? So yeah, I did have this conversation with my partner a while back of like, you know, because she came from a straight relationship and has mainly dealt with men, so
more so been taken care of, I would assume.
100%. And like that's literally the culture of most women floating. It's like a culture of everybody actually. Like the man takes that chunk, you know. And as a woman who's only dated women, I never really like try to define those lines. I think it's about what feels right and what makes sense for both of us. And that's why it's a conversation. Yeah, we don't have to get into the details of the dollar amount, but it's about like being transparent about, hey, like I'm not there yet, you know? Am I a giver? Am I a person who wants to do this for you? Absolutely. And I will do it when I can. But I need like we need shared responsibilities, you know. So it's like
if I had a fucking $1 million, Talon wouldn't be paying for shit.
Literally,
if Talon had $1 million, I wouldn't be paying for shit. You know what I'm saying? But because we're both givers in the sense we're both always very cautious and aware of like
oh, this person has done this.
Yeah, regardless of who makes more or who doesn't. Like we're still very like, well, we're not where we want to be.
We're honest about like where we are. Like, hey, like, you know, I'm doing this work and I'm making this or whatever. But as far as like what people have, as far as like what do people say like when they buy houses and stuff, like liquidation and assets and X, Y, and Z, right? Like we're not like to the T on like this is this and this is that. Yeah. So, but I like how we do it because it's like we're very conscious of each other as far as like, oh, okay, well, like, you know, she just got like the groceries for this week, so you know, I'm gonna do this, or like, you know what I mean? It's a fucking balance, and it makes so much sense. Yeah, and I'm like, you know, dang, crazy like I love, like,
and I think that'll carry on to when we do make absolutely money, you know what I mean? Like,
it's like
because it's not fair for like you to make $1 million and you just to pay for everything. I don't want that either. You know what I mean? I don't want you to have $1 million and make and pay for everything for me because I know I have to sustain myself. We're just because what if one day you and I are together? What the fuck am I gonna do?
I think it's because we're naturally just not like that. You know? Yeah. We naturally like I want to give to her just as much as she wants to give to me. Yeah. So it's like, you know, in the times that I have it, I might give a little extra. Yeah. And the times that she has it, she's gonna give a little extra. Like it's very like balanced in that way.
Should they exist in a relationship? My answer is no. I don't think should gender roles still exist. No. I don't even think for straight people. I don't think it should exist. I think that like if you think about like successful men. Maybe, sure, because that's the type of people that we are, right? Where we're like, listen, if I'm popping,
if I got it,
I got everything. Yeah. That also comes with other shit, though. It
comes with control. But also, too, when you're thinking of gender roles, I'm sorry, but I don't think that if you're...
Pause.
I'm sorry.
Time to pause.
I'm sorry. I don't think that if I'll just say for the sake of what we're talking, gender roles, if I'm with a man and he makes all the money, he goes and does all the things, I'm sorry, but I don't personally think that I should leave the trash for him to take out just because he's a man. But you're paying for everything and I'm not doing nothing, but I'm at the house and I'm cooking and I'm cleaning and I'm doing all this. Cleaning is part of taking the trash. Taking the trash out is part of cleaning.
It's a balance.
It's a balance. You don't want to be taking more than your.
That's what it is.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the answer. Balance.
Balance.
Wait, guys, but there's a second part of the question.
Oh, what was the second part?
If so, what are the basic duties you require of your partner? Duties.
Talk in your mic, baby.
Give what you get.
Give me your mic, baby.
What you get.
Yeah, I think that balance.
Yeah,
the basic duty is balance.
You took this card?
Yeah, I took that one.
Oh, so then whose turn?
Next.
Oh, my turn? Oh.
This is a 5-hour episode.
So 5-hour episode. Can you be in love with more than one person at a time?
Ooh,
baby. Yeah, talk about it.
Here, put that back.
That's a good question.
Can you be in love
That's such a good question.
Can you be in love with more than one person at a time?
In love?
In love? Okay. I don't believe that you can be in love with more than one person at a time.
Why is your neck above the mic?
I got something to say.
Do I believe that you can be in love with more than one person at a time? No, I don't believe that you can be in love with more than one person at a time.
Wait, but why? Because what's the in love? Like,
okay, I think that you can be in love with somebody, and I think that you can love somebody.
Okay,
and I think that both of those can exist at the same time. And I think that at that moment that both of those things are existing at the same time, you're thinking in your head, like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, and also, what do I want to do? Because I know I love this person and I know I love this person. I think that when you feel in your heart that you're in love with two people at the same time, it's because you love two people and you're not knowing which way to go. Mm-hmm. But I think at the end of the day, you know which one your heart tugs more to, and then you know which one your brain tugs more to. You know what I mean?
I think
so.
I disagree. I think you can be in love with people.
In love.
I think you can.
Okay.
Why?
So,
Define that.
Why can't your heart say yes to two people at one time? I don't feel like I've been in love with two people, but I don't think that isn't a thing.
So you can't speak from experience.
No, I'm not speaking from experience.
Yeah, I'm
just speaking from like how is it fair for you to tell me I'm not in love with two people?
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, I've experienced it.
Okay.
At one time in my life, it's very confusing. And that's why I'm asking genuinely that question because I'm like, what does either mean, right? But like still to this day where I'm like love and in love, I know like love. Like I know my definition now, you know, but at the time, I'm like, I kind of still felt the same way about both, though. I was very conflicted, you know, like, confused. Like which fulfills me, and they both fulfilled me in different ways. So I'll always attest to that, and it took me a long time to like admit that too, where I'm like one is less than the other, but it's like not because it's like
because it's still there.
Because it's there, you know what I mean? My heart feels it, and so it's like. You can't kind of like, oh, I love you more type of thing.
Yeah. And then I also feel like there's tiers to that because you grow and you know what love is at a different stage. Because I feel like I was in love at one point, so I was in love and I could like in my head I'm like, I was in love. This is what I thought love was, and then I met Talon, and I was like, no, this is what love is.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
At that point in my life, that was love to me. Like I was in love. Like I would do anything for this person.
Exactly.
I would die for this person. You know,
I was acting a fool when I was in love, doing crazy things when I was in love.
I would do whatever when I was in love. You
100%.
know, so it's not comparable because you're not in the same stages, but it is because you felt the way you felt.
Yeah. Quick answers.
Oh, damn, that's crazy.
She said, what's the best one?
I just said that one.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Faking orgasms.
Oh.
It's okay to fake it sometimes? Absolutely not. That is earned.
Absolutely not.
I would agree with B. Faking orgasms, right? A, it's okay to fake them. B, absolutely not.
Have you ever faked an orgasm?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Talent. Bring it in. She's not talking about you. No, what's crazy is I actually have never, and so that's why
I only have with men, which is crazy.
I'll only choose absolutely not because I'm just not gonna fake it. Like I will just be like.
You just be like, what?
But literally, like, that is earned. You're not going to hear me, like, go crazy.
Okay, so this is what I would say. It is easier to fake it with a man, right? Because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, you know, like, because you still feel something, but it's harder, but you can fake it. I have faked it with a woman before. Never with you, baby.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, never. If you had no morals, how would you make money? No morals. If I had no morals, how would I make money?
Speak on it.
If I had
think big. Think big.
Okay.
Big bang.
If I had
not low bang. Big bang.
If I had absolutely no morals, how would I make money? I would legitimately be the fucking most massive prostitute. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What else would you do?
Yeah.
What's crazy
Yeah,
is so I was trying to see the question. You could literally be a bank robber, but we think of stripper. I thought of stripper too.
Yeah.
I thought stripper too for her.
I thought of stripper and
bank robber
like,
for
absolutely,
me.
yeah.
Stripper for you.
If I had absolutely no, because like with bank robbing, like it's like I could get caught. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not
like with
caught.
being a massive prostitute,
so
I would just like
that too.
Yeah,
you
but no, because
I
would do it with like the highest of the highest echelon. You know, like
echelon.
This is the best episode yet. I think.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
What is your least favorite sexual act?
Wait, hold on. Let's wait. That's it. That is a good one. But let's see if there's one more.
No, that's a good one. Let it.
Okay.
Let's cook. Let me cook.
Okay. What is your least favorite sexual act?
So I'm
that's
doing
a good
this.
one.
I'm doing this.
Or getting done to you.
Yeah.
Like it's sexual act. This is just a sexual act, and you're like, I don't really care for that. Oh, that's a good one. I know.
Huh. I'm gonna say anal straight up. It's not something that I like. Like,
yeah.
And some people, like you like it, not me.
But you tried it before.
I have, and
you just
again,
like
what
it.
did I say? I will try everything under the sun. I'm willing to, but like that was definitely the least favorite. There's so many other fire things to do. It's painful. It's painful, dude. Only if I'm seriously really fucking drunk, but even then I'm like swallowing the pain. Yeah. It's dumb. Yeah. It's dumb. Like
I'm okay.
We shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
We should not be there. Like a little more.
Or like
a little more. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's painful.
It's painful.
Painful?
You never tried it?
No.
You've never tried it?
No.
Oh. Says the lesbian.
Right.
Says the lesbian.
The literal lesbian on the couch being like, yeah, anal.
No, not anal. Not for me.
Squirting. Do you need the right person to get there, or is everybody not built like that?
This is what you chose.
That's crazy.
This is what you chose.
That's the last card.
Crazy. Yeah,
wait,
that's the last card.
So you guys are squirters.
Squirting.
Who's a squirter?
Squirting. Do you need the right person to get there, or is everybody not built like that?
That's also a good question.
And,
that's actually a very good question.
Like that, and unfortunately, I haven't dealt with anyone. Unfortunately,
Unfortunately,
not anyone that I've dealt with is built like that. Y'all have? Y'all are?
Squirting.
Don't be shy.
Do you need the right person to get there, or is okay? But question. Okay, so question for you, since you've never experienced that before, do you feel like you need the right person to get there, or is not everybody built like that? Do you feel like not everybody is built like that?
Is it like? Are we talking about personally me squirting, or a person being a squirter?
Either or.
I don't think everyone is built like that. I don't think it has to do with skill.
What
I
about
think
you?
I actually don't think I'm built like that. I'm gonna be real. Unfortunately, I would love to be low key. I would love to squirt. Listen, the Henny is coming in strong.
She said, "I would love to squirt."
Or whatever what I had in here. I think it was whiskey. I don't know, but
yeah. Here's that.
It's coming
Here's the whiskey.
No, yeah, absolutely. I actually think it's cool. I think it's such a. If I was on the receiving end of
you would be like,
if I was a squirtee, No, that's a
Squirter. No, squirty.
Squirty. If that was the squirty, I would take it the fuck in and I would be walking around like sunshine.
I did that. You know what I'm saying?
Like that's such a validating feeling. And unfortunately, I could never give that to somebody. And unfortunately, no one has given me that gift either. And it is what it is. That's okay. It is what it is.
What do you think, then?
Like, it's not personal.
Do you think it's not everybody is like that, or do you think it's not the right person?
No, I feel like everybody can be like that. Just
you think
really?
so?
You really think
you
so?
You genuinely think so?
Yeah.
So you've squirted before me?
No, I've made 2 girls squirt.
Now the sexual podcast. You've squirted? You're a squirter?
No, but honestly, I'm not. That was my first time.
Yeah. So before you, and then you. So I feel like it just.
Go
but
ahead,
what about you?
No, I have not. I feel like I've been to that point where I just stopped myself for whatever reason.
See, and I think that's what it is
but
also
too.
Like
every woman can
you know what I mean?
I
think that's a part too. It's like women. We stop ourselves.
Yeah. Because it's very mental.
Because we're like, whoa, hold on, what's going on?
What is am I pissing? Or
it's like I literally feel like I'm about to just
It's very mental, but I do feel like every woman has the capability.
I'm waiting for my moment then.
Okay.
I would love to debut as a squirter pretty soon.
Well, when Tori she'll come back on the podcast.
Yeah,
right?
Once Tori squirts,
cheers that. I will let it be known.
She'll let us all know.
This is crazy.
Cheers, darling.
This is crazy.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
I have to pee so bad.
Me too.
Thank you so much for being on our podcast.
Thanks for having me.
For being on this side of the podcast.
Yeah, you were the longest I think.
Why do you think that is?
Because we're just this is the thing. How many times do we have to say, don't invite your fucking friends on your podcast, bro? Because you can't wrap it up. Like
now you gotta pick and choose what we even put out. Because,
like you know what I'm saying?
Nah, that was so fun, and y'all made it to be much like smoother and easier and more fun.
You thought it was
it's always fun when I see it from the outside. It's always fun, but like being on this side, the lights, the camera.
The action.
It's action. It's scary, but being here is so organic, and thank you for just naturally bringing that out in me. You know what I mean? And being comfortable, having it be a comfortable space. It was fucking fun.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
We love you.
Love y'all so much.